for joining me today. Man, we got an echo in this room. It's kind of a small room. They put me in a closet, but that's okay. I can do that. I really hope that you get some useful nuggets out of today's class, okay? And again, as you've been looking at, to be successful, you have to have your heart, your business, and your business in your heart. Just makes sense, right? But one of the things that I really want to stress too is keep promoting yourself. You know, even if your post doesn't get any likes and everything else, still understand that somebody saw it. In fact, that's what I want to do is I want to take some time and talk about, you know, what would you say if you could hire a personal assistant that is willing to work 24/7, 365 days a year? I mean, that's pretty good because, you know, I guess they get, for leap year, they get a day off. But right now they're willing to work for you 24/7, 365 days a year, and they're willing to work for nothing. Anybody interested? I mean, at all? I'm hoping you are a little bit, because I'm hoping, you know, that's your answer is yes, 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 yes. Because, I mean, come on, seriously. If you could hire somebody that's going to work for you and take care of all those multiple tasks so that you can focus on your business, I think every single one of us would be interested in that person. So what I want to do is I want to share a few slides from a much bigger presentation that was just put together by NAR, okay? There we go. Sorry, had to take care of a little admin thing there. Okay, this again, this report was just put out. Okay. Age of home buyers. Did you know that the average age of home buyers, again, the Gen Zers, which is 1999 and after, basically, you know, 5%. Millennials are somewhere in that 14%. You know, again, the hard part is between the millennials, the older and the younger, trying to get them out of mom's basement. Then the Gen Xers, I mean, who comes up with these terms? Anybody have an idea? So I'm just going to the next slide. All right, let the stats speak for themselves. Use of the internet and home search. This is what I really want to get into. All buyers, 97%. Think about that. 97% of all buyers are using the internet and home search. In contrast to what it used to be, even the younger millennials, the older millennials, the Gen Xers, the younger group, everyone is using the internet as a buyer. So let's break it down just a little bit more. And again, where do they fit into the mix? Now, I'm not asking you to absorb all this, but look at it. Look, 43% of all buyers looked online for properties for sale. Only 18% actually contacted a real estate agent. 9% looked online for info about the home buying process. So one of the questions I have for you, on your social media platforms, are you providing information with regard to the home buying process? Are you providing information that might direct them to a mortgage lender? Are you 7% talked with a friend or relative about home buying. 6% drove by homes and neighborhoods. It's amazing how little that yard sign really helps us to sell a home. Yet it's advertisement, we think, you know, we put it out there for everyone. So let me go on, because this is what I want to focus on. I just want to share some data. Again, frequency of use of information sources, real estate agents. What you're looking at here, just a minute, I got to move something out of my way. I know you can't see it, but it's in my way. There we go. So 64% using it frequently. That's us. okay? And only 20%, when you're looking at like the mobile tablet, search device and everything else. Now, we're talking about buyers, okay? 59%. But look at the open houses. Does that surprise anybody? Is that staggering that 47% don't even think to go to a yard, to go to an open house? And again, there's, when we first become an agent, we're told, got to have an open house, got to have an open house. And again, it's not about selling the property. It's all about getting more clients, more buyers, because obviously if they came to the open house, they're kind of looking to buy. But look at that yard sign, 12% used frequently, 29%. I mean, less than 50% actually bought a home because of a yard sign. Also, I find the online video sites, I find it staggering that less than 50%. An open house, again, it's so close to 50%. So you need to be up there toward the top in that mobile or tablet search device. Desktop users, laptops, all buyers. See, it's an even split, 50-50, until you get into the younger millennials or the older millennials. Again, you get back to the Gen Xers and the young boomers and the older. See what is your audience? What are you trying to attract? And maybe you're saying, well, I want them all. Well, that's a good deal. I get that. But notice where you need to be. And this is important. And now I'm going to say it again when I get to AdWorks, but desktop, laptop, 50%, 30%, 30%, 50, 75. Look at those staggering numbers. It is only that small piece that actually the millennials that stick more and more to the tablets and everything else. But when you're splitting it down 50-50, when you're looking at buying an ad, think about the desktop approach. When you buy ads to go out on desktops, then they cross bleed over into the mobile devices. Sadly, when you do it specifically for mobile devices, they don't always transfer over. 51% use the internet when buying a house. Real estate agent, 28%. Yard sign, now we're down to 7%. Friend, relative, or neighbor. If we're not staying current of mind, I bought my house 5 years ago. Who was my agent? I don't know. I bought my house 10 years ago. I don't even know what company it was. Home builder or their agent, and then other. I find these numbers staggering when I work with people and I'm trying to set them up to capitalize on the social media, and they're like, well, I don't really need it, or I don't want it. It takes too much work. Remember, the whole premise of what I'm going to talk about today is having that personal assistant working for you. Just a couple more slides and I'm going to get to the meat of this. Text message. This is how we communicate today. Anybody, think about yourself. Current clients, 93% we text message. I don't know about you, but that speaks very much of me. Telephone, 90%. Email, again, those speak very much with what I do with my current clients. Now, past clients or potential clients, look at the numbers, how the numbers shrink in comparison. Potential clients, only 58% are we text messaging, or 62% are we calling, or 56% are we emailing. Shouldn't that number be higher? If you really want to turn that potential client into a current client, shouldn't we be spending as many text messages or time on the phone or emails as we do with our current clients? I want you to think about that, because again, there's numbers down there for video chat, whether you're Skyping or FaceTiming or whatever, and even postal mail, the old snail mail. But if you want to keep a thriving business, I would think that somehow or another, we need to stay as engaged with our potential clients, if not even more so, than with our current clients. Social media, top lead generating tech tools. Top lead generating tech tools. You notice nowhere on there does it say telephone? Did you notice that nowhere on there does it is it talking about, making those 10 calls? 52% of social media. 31% is your CRM. How effectively are you using your CRM? MLS site. When you start to do some home shopping for your clients, are you using your Zap website and sending out recommended neighborhoods or recommended homes? Or are you sending them directly from the MLS site? Are you sending them homes at all? How do you engage with your potential buyers? Do you just wait for them to call you up and say, I want to I want to look at this one and I want to look at that one? Are you actually using the MLS or your Zap website to send them ideas of what they might be interested in? Email marketing tool, again, this ties right back into the CRM or something that you may have, such as Constant Comment or something along those lines. Digital ads campaign, 19%. Again, think about that, because we're talking about where are you going to spend your money if you're going to spend your money? Where are you going to spend your time if you're going to spend your time? Simply social media. I guess let's break it down into, you're sitting there, whether it's with a buyer or a seller, because it works one and the same. What is it that you have to offer? There's two reasons why someone is going to hire you to either sell their home or help them find a new home. And one of it is your knowledge. So how are you making your potential clients aware of your knowledge? Social media is 52%, folks. In other words, you need to take advantage of those DIY articles. You need to take advantage of, helpful tips with regard to, mortgage rates continue to be historically low, or moving tips, or home decorating tips. If I'm trying to consider if I should make home improvements or whatnot, your social media is a fantastic platform, because again, you saw the breakdown. It's a 50-50 split, but 97% of home buyers are doing it on the internet. So to be competitive, to separate yourself, you need to play that role of being knowledgeable. Yeah, because the other piece is the service that you're going to render. How you're going to take care of your clients so that you actually have a client for life. These are just future use of tech tools. And again, e-signature, whether you're using Loop or whatever it may be that you're using, notice that social media stays strong at 53%. Notice that tools that are going to come through your MLS, like with RealComp, you can have HomeSnap. Remind is, of course, going to be its own thing, because it ties into Remind Pro, which allows you to upload your contacts and such. Your CRM bouncing right there at that 44%. Let's talk about lock boxes. Again, what that's really pushing is the concept of the new electronic lock boxes. Getting away with the electronic lock boxes, you're providing more security for your client versus the old traditional, roll it or scroll it or whatever. Continue to use open houses, because I don't think we'll ever get away from them entirely. Just because when nothing else seems to work, that's what we're doing. Personal website, a third. And the sad thing is some of us, we know we have a website, but we don't ever really do anything with it. But yet AdWorks is sending them to your website. Top social media networks used. Facebook. You realize they have 5 million users worldwide? I mean, 90% is Facebook, 52% is Instagram, 48% is LinkedIn, YouTube 24%, Twitter 19%, and there's really no point in talking about the rest. YouTube, circle picks or core listing, whichever one you want to call it. When you have a listing, automatically they provide you a video that goes to your YouTube page if you created a YouTube channel. There's no cost to a YouTube channel. There's no cost to Twitter. There's no cost to LinkedIn. There's no cost to Instagram. And there's no cost to Facebook. There's 4 platforms that we don't have to pay for. And we know that 97% of the buyers out there, and I tried to find on NAR a statistic for sellers as far as do they look to their house. And surprisingly enough, at least I found it surprising, is there's very little data. So it's apparently we don't survey our sellers sufficiently to know where they're at. But knowing that 97% of the folks are online, which again is up just from last year, even during COVID when we didn't have any way out. Think about it. Expected to have a presence on, this is why we do it, right? 54% of us do it because we're expected to. Help maintain relationship. You know what's amazing to me, and I continue to try to tell people on your Facebook business page, I need to come to get to know you. What are your hobbies? What are your likes or your dislikes? Again, people tell you to stay away from politics. They'll tell you to stay away from religion. And you get it's your business page. You get to pick and choose. But if you're into rescue dogs, or if you're into going to your local community events, or your kids are in sports, or they're in band, or whatever, if you're only sharing that kind of stuff on your personal page and it never gets over to your business page, how do I get to know you? We get new friends, or we have gained new friends by having common interests, common likes. So whether it's through your kid's school, whether it's through church, whatever avenue you have, share it on your business page. Post it. Take that picture of your, the family out there having ice cream or eating at the particular restaurant, and then share it across onto your business page. And I'm not saying you need to put everything about your family out there on your business page, but if you're not sharing some of your personality on the business page, how do you expect to grow followers? I guess that's where I really that's the question I have for you. You say, well, I don't want all my family business out there. Well, fine and dandy. Don't take pictures of the family. Take pictures of that high school band. Take pictures of that football. Take pictures of that baseball or that volleyball. Take pictures of the event and keep the family out of it. But show that you are the local real estate expert because you're involved in your community. If you're not involved in your community, and I don't see it anywhere on your page, do I think that you're involved? Not unless I see you. You want to make it so that your name becomes a household name. So let's jump into AdWorks. And again, I did this by slides because just in case there's internet issues, I guess I'll put it that way. But when you go into AdWorks and you click on My Campaigns, see, this is what's going to come up. Automatically, that the company is providing you a 1 week ad campaign for your new listing. And fortunately, in this market, if you price the home correctly, chances are you sold it in the week and there's no reason for you to put any additional money into it. The other piece is that the company automatically pays for is this ads for retargeting. Now, how does ads for retargeting work? Let me slip down here, okay? Retargeting, this comes right from AdWords, but maybe you didn't take the time to look at it. But it puts your advertisement in front of people who have already visited your website. So that's the first thing, is somehow promoting your website. The whole idea of the AdWords ads are that it's driving them to your website. So once a potential customer visits your website, you have, and again, what I found fascinating when I was looking at the report is that on an average of 8 to 11 times, a buyer will look at your website before they actually reach out and contact you. And again, if you want that NAR report, folks, it just came out. It's free. You can download it. Just do it like, go to NAR or do a Google search for 2021 buyers, and it'll come up. But what it does is then it begins to follow them around. And it keeps you, so the more they look for a home, the more they shop, the more relevant, all of a sudden you start to show up more and more. That's what the retargeting ad does for you, which is awesome. Because if you think about it, the more and more you show up, then all of a sudden you're getting credibility because you're showing up. Improves the likelihood they're going to reach out to you. If you're looking to invest a little, ads targeted by zip code. So again, I went, even though I don't do much marketing anymore, from the standpoint of actually spending money, I want to see how effective this is, these ads, okay? Because if I'm going to sit here and promote AdWords, I believe I need to put some of my own money on the line. So when you click on it to learn more, this is what comes up next. And again, you get a 15% discount automatically. That's pretty cool. I mean, you got to love it, right? I don't know about you, but my wife is a bargain shopper. In fact, she won't buy it if it's not on sale or she don't have a coupon. Makes for some interesting eating. You get to pick, which ad do you want to do? If you want to skip this step and work on it later, you can do that, okay? But ultimately you're going to come down to this. And again, Fenton office is my home office, and notice that for the web ads, all those locations are sold out. There's one mobile and Facebook ad still available at the cost of $99, or click on join the wait list. If your zip code is not available, join the wait list, get on there, because by the time that when the opportunity comes up, the people that are in front of you, they might say no, and you might move up rather quickly. But what it does also is it kind of gives you an idea for areas around. Again, beneficial, folks, because remember, people don't just stay in the city of Fenton. They travel into Fenton and they travel out of Fenton. Okay? So if you get some of the surrounding area, you still have the ability to reach out and touch them. Okay? I mean, come on, easy peasy here. How many total spots are in each zip code? You just saw it. Each zip code is limited to 5 spots for web and 5 for mobile. Because there are limited number of potential buyers and sellers in each zip code, they restrict the number of agents. So again, bang for the buck, folks. There's only 5 people, or a total of 10 in a given city. And the reason why you saw varying prices, let's go back to that. Obviously, the population in Highland, Michigan, which is down toward the bottom at $68 for web ads, there's a more distributed population versus going to Heartland or Linden, where it's $85, where it's more densely populated. So you pay more for the bigger the audience. You get to select you can have all the available spots. You can, you want to spend some change, go take all 5 or take all 10, cut everybody else out of the mix. Important here, Facebook target ads to potential buyers and sellers in a 15-mile radius around the center of your chosen zip code. And it is very fixated on that. The same way with the way your retargeting ads will work is it's going to be a 15-mile radius around the center. Again, one of the reasons why I suggest doing the web, you'll get a bigger touch because of people passing in and through the area. Web ads will be shown on hundreds of websites, including ones like Yahoo, CNN, where mobile ads, Facebook, and news feeds, okay? You get down to the point, okay, I want to change my ad. Now, here's a tip, folks. Whether you're doing it with your retargeting ad or whether you decide to invest a little bit into zip codes, when you first start to get your emails, it'll show you how many views you're getting for your clicks. And as long as the number of clicks continue to grow, you're doing okay. But at the point that it starts to plateau or level off, what I want you to do is go in and edit your ad just a little bit, okay? Where are you going to send them? And now look at this. When I get down to the final thing for this particular zip code, instead of it costing $1,000 or $1,068, because of the 15% plus the annual discount, we're down to $635. $635, pretty good. CNN, oh, there we go. 57,134 ad views, 46 people have clicked. Because of where I'm sending them, which is my home Snap website currently, I'm engagement with 12 of them, where we're actually carrying on a conversation. So just a minute here. Let me go to, I'm going to just go let me get out of that. All right, core listing. If you've not set up core listing, after sitting through today's class, can I encourage you to take the time, knowing that 50% at the minimum of your overall audience is on social media. I understand you never want to tweet. I understand you never want to do LinkedIn. I understand that. Set it up so that Google can work for you. Hire that personal assistant, folks. Hire that personal assistant that's going to work 365 days a year. And again, this is 24 hours a day. Somebody is going to see your ad. And the more they see your ad, the more relevant you become, the more they start to talk about you. And core listing will do it automatically for you. I cannot, when I sit here and I come to my dashboard and I look at that, out of everything that core listing has done for me, the fact that 1,130 people did something with the marketplace listing. In other words, they looked at it. The articles, again, they clicked on it, they went. To me, that's priceless, folks. Are they currently clients? Maybe not. But then again, statistically, what it says is that a potential client will visit your website 8 to 11 times before they reach out and contact you. So between those things that AdWorks is doing for us and what Core Listing is doing for us, there's your personal assistant. And it's time for you to put them to work. That being said, I got 12:30. Hello. Did I get cut off?
Hey, Bob, did you see Peg's question here? Ooh, that must have been it. Anyway, the answer to that question, Peggy, is yes. Oh, Bob's coming in. Hold on.
My computer froze.
Yeah, actually, you were still there for the most part. Anyway, Bob's in here, guys. What kind of questions? Anything you got to finish up with, bud? I just answered. This was Peg's question here. And the answer is yes?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, they're willing to work for you. They don't call in sick or anything.
Questions, thoughts?
Well then, till next time.
See y'all. Have a great week. Be productive. Make calls. See people. See ya.